Welcome learners to STEM pathway, where we're focusing on mathematics, and today we're going to look at the divisibility test of numbers from 2 to 11. And therefore we'll start with the even numbers, that is divisibility tests for, we'll start with 2, 4, and 8. So we'll start with 2. Divisibility test for 2, a number is divisible by 2 if the digit number in the ones place value is an even number or 0. So we look at ones place value for the divisibility test for 2. For example, e.g. 29, we have 310. We look at the divisibility test for 2. A number is divisible by 2 if the digit number in the ones place value is an even number or 0. So if you come here, 29, the number in the ones place value 9 is not an even number. Thus, this number is not multiplied by, is not divisible by what? By 2. Then if you come to 310, 0 is in the ones place value. Therefore, this number is divisible by what? By 2. That is the divisibility test of 2. Just remember, a number is divisible by 2 if the digit number in the ones place value is an even number or 0. Then the divisibility test of 4. A number is divisible by 4 if the digits we add an s, this is 1, here you add an s, the digit numbers or the digit number in the ones and tens place value are even number or 0. E.g., we have 200, we have 324. We look now for the number 4. The divisibility test for number 4 is a number is divisible by 4 if the digits in the number in the ones place and the tens place value are even number or 0, or forms a multiple of 4. So we look here for 200 in the ones and the tens place value. This is tens place value. We find 2 zeros. So this is 0. So this number is divisible by 4. Is divisible by 4 because in the ones and the tens place value we find zeros. Then for this we have 324. The number in the ones place value is 4. The number in the tens place value is 2. So this number is an even number, and again it is a multiple of 4. So this also is divisible by 4. So a number is divisible by 4 if the digit numbers in the ones and the tens place value is an even number or 0, and this even number here are multiples of 4. So if those even numbers, like in this case, we have 2 and 4 forming 24, which is a multiple of 4, then the entire number is divisible by what? By 4. Then we go to the last one for the even numbers. We have 8. A number is divisible by 8. A number is divisible by 8 if the digit numbers in the hundred, in the ones, tens, and hundreds place value are even number that is a multiple of 8 and or zeros. So for 8 we focus on the ones, tens, hundreds place value. We check the numbers that are formed in the ones, tens, and hundreds place value. If they are even numbers and these even numbers are multiples of 8 or they are 0. For example, if you have e.g. 800. 800, if you look at this number, 0 is in the ones place value, 0 is in the tens place value, 8 is in the hundred place value. Therefore, 800 is an even number, which is a multiple of 8. Therefore, it is divisible by 8. Then let us try 1926. 1926. So we focus on the ones, tens, and hundred place value. So the number in the ones is 6. The digit in the tens place value is 2. And the digit in the hundred place value is 9. So the number we're looking at is 926. Let us check if it is a multiple of 8. And when we check it's a multiple of 8, divide that number by 8. So we say this is divided by 8. 8 goes into 9, 1 times 8 is 8, minus, here remains 1. Bring these two down here. 8 goes into 12, that is 1 again. 1 times 8 is 8, minus, this gives you 4. Then into 46, 8 goes there, 5 times 8 is 40. So you see, this is remainder 6. So yes, 926 is an even number, but it's not a multiple of 8. Therefore, it is not divisible by 8. So this one is not divisible by 8 because there is a remainder 6 here. There is a remainder 6 here. So 6 minus 0 is 6. 0 minus 4 minus 4 is 0. So this 6 means 926, yes, it is an even number, but it is not divisible by 8 since there's a remainder of what? Of 6. So remember, for the test of 2, 4, and 8, for 2 we look at the ones place value, the digit in the ones place value. If it is an even number, again, if it is an even number or 0, and also remember, if it is an even number, it's a multiple of 2, then again 4, we look at now the place values of ones and tens. We look if that even number formed or the number formed in that one-sided test place value is a multiple of 4 or they are what? Zeros. Then for 8, we look at the ones, tens, and the hundreds place value. We check even if that number is an even number or even if it's not an even number, but if it is a multiple of what? Of 8 or 0. So that is the result test for 2, 4, and 8. And like in this case, you may be asked, like the number we have done, you may be asked this question before we look at the other one. You'll be asked, what should be added to 1926 to make it divisible by 8. What we have done here. So solution, you must first know the result test for 8. A number is divisible by 8 if the digit number in the ones, tens, and hundred place, another place value, is an even number or any other number that is a multiple of 8 or there is 0. So we are going to look at this number. This is 1926. We look at the ones place value, we look at the tens place value, and a hundred place value. We'll check if that number is divisible by 8. If it is divisible by 8, then it is a multiple of 8. Then the entire number is divisible by 8. So we take 8. Let me do it here. 8. So this number 926 is divided by 8. So 8 goes here 1. Here brings us 8 because 1 times 8 is 8. This gives you here 1. Bring this 12. 2 here forms 12. Then 8 goes into 12. 1. 8 times 1 is 8. This is minus remainder 4. Bring the 6 here. This is 46 goes here 5 times. 5 times 8 is 40. So the remainder is 6. And you are told what should be added. What should be added? For addition, in terms of making a number to be divisible by a given number, then for addition, take the divisor minus the remainder, you will find the answer. The divisor minus the remainder, you find the answer. So for us to find what should be added to this number, 1926, we take the divisor, which is 8, minus the remainder, which is 6, and our answer becomes 2. So if 2 is added in 1926, the number will be divisible by 8. Then what should be subtracted? What should be subtracted? So what should be subtracted? So let us say the question also can read, what should be subtracted from 1926 to make it divisible by 8. So we are looking at what should be subtracted here, what should be added. And for addition, we said this is for all divisibility tests for all numbers. Whether it be 2, whether it be 4, whether it be 9, or whichever number. You take the divisor minus the remainder, you find the answer. So what should be added in this case is 2. Now what should be subtracted? Again, you must remove the divisibility test for 8. A number is divisible by 8 if the digit numbers in the ones, tens, and hundreds place value forms a number multiplied by what? Which is a multiple of what? 8. Therefore, we have solution. We have 1, 9, 2, 6. So we're going to look at this number in the ones, tens, and 100 place value again. So we have 8 dividing 926. So 926 is being divided by 8. So this is here 1. Here it brings us 8. The same thing. 1. Here brings us 12. Here 1, 8. Here remainder 4. This brings us 46. Here is 5. Here is 5. 926. Here is 5. Bring us 40. So this remainder 6. Now for subtraction, for you to find the number that should be subtracted, for this number to be divisible by 8 or any other divisibility test, for this now to be divisible by 8, for subtraction, we say for subtraction, for what should be subtracted, then the answer is the remainder. If the remainder is removed, if this 6 is removed from this number, so that it becomes 920, then the entire number will be divisible by what? By 8. So our answer here, the remainder here is 6. So get this. For when you are asked what should be added, even if it is not divisibility test of 8, even if it is 7, if it is 9, even if it is 5, then for what should be added, addition means divisor 8 minus remainder. Then if you're told what should be subtracted, even if it is a divisibility test for 3 or 11, then it is the remainder. In this case, the remainder is 6, so the answer is 6. So we take 6 from 1926, then the number will be divisible by 8. Let us proceed to the divisibility test of 3, 6, and 9. Divisibility test for 3, 6, and 9. Divisibility test for 3, 6, and 9. Command 1. So we look at divisibility test for 3. A number is divisible by 3. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits gives a multiple of 3. And get this one. Divisibility tests for 3 and 9 are the same. So here, again, I can put the same 9 also. But let me first do for 3. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits gives a multiple of 3. E.g., if I take 1173. So for this case, we have to test if the number is divisible by 3. We just add the digits. So this will be 1 plus 1 plus 7 plus 3. This is 2. This is 9. This is 12. So 12 is a multiple of 3 because if you take 12 divided by 3, this gives you what? 4. Therefore, the number is divisible by what? By 3. If we say 1, 4, then we say 6. Then again I say 1 plus 4 plus 6. This gives us 11. 11, it cannot be divisible by 3. There is a remainder. So this is not divisible by 3. That is divisibility test for 3. Then for 6, a number is divisible by 6 if the number is divisible by both 2 and 3. So for the divisibility test for 6, you must know the divisibility test for 2 and 3. So if you're given a number, you must test if the number is divisible by both 2 and 3. And if it is both divisible by 2 and 3, then the number is divisible by 6. Therefore, for example, e.g., me takes 5, 4, 26. So we have 54, 26, 5,426. We're not testing if this number is divisible by 6, but we're not testing if it is divisible by 2 and 3. First of all, let us try for 2. For 2, this is 5,426. The ones placed by the digit in the ones place value is 6. A number is divisible by 2 if the number in the ones place value is 0 or an even number. 6 is an even number, so the number is divisible by 2. Then test for 3. 5,426. We say for test for 3, a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits number gives a multiple of 3. Therefore, we have 5 plus 4 plus 2 plus 6. This is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 plus 6 is 17. And 17 is not a multiple of 3 because there will be a remainder. Therefore, this is not divisible by 3. Therefore, 55,426 is not divisible by 6 since it is not divisible by 3. As I believe is very clear. That is this test for 6. So for this test for 6, you test whether it is divisible by 2 or 3. Then we come to this test for 9. Roman 3. A number is divisible by 9 if the sum of its digits gives a multiple of 9. So like in the case for 3, they are just the same. The only difference is it is in terms of multiple. So this is a multiple for 9, this is a multiple for 3, but the same. A number is divisible by 9 if the sum of its digits gives a multiple of 9. For example, e.g., 627. 627. So we add them 6 plus 2 plus 7. This gives us 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 5, 7 is 15. So this is not divisible by 9 because 15 is not a multiple of 9. What about 729? So 7 to 9 will be 7 plus 2 plus 9. This gives us 7 plus 2, 9 plus 9 is 18. So 18 is a multiple of 9. Therefore, 7 to 9 is divisible by 9. And that means, if you look at this, 18 is also a multiple of 3. So this number is also divisible by 3. So that's the result test for 3, 6, and 9. 3, 6, and 9. Let us proceed to the result test for 7. Result test for 7. Result test for 7. Result test for 7. In your textbook, it is not there. So we can say a number is divisible by 7 if the digit number in the last place value, if the digit number in the last place value which is not 0, is doubled, in short, multiplied by 2 is doubled, and then the next digit in the next place value is subtracted from it, gives a multiple of 7. We are going to do example for us to understand that whole statement. So let us do an example of the result test for 7. For example, let us start with the easy one. 14. E.g. 14. So we have seen, we look at this number in the last digit, in the last place value, which is ones in this side, last place value, this side. Or we can say, instead of last, we can say in the ones place value, but let it not be 0, not 0. If it is 0, we look at how we do it. So 14. So we take 14. So 14, the digit number in the ones place value is 4. So we take 4 times 2, which gives us 8. Then we take 8 minus the digit in the next place value. What we are saying here, the next digit in the next place value. This is PV, place value. So minus 1, which gives us 7. So 7 is a multiple of 7. Because 7 times 1 gives us 7. Therefore, 14 is used by what? By 7. What about 350? What about 350? So you see, 0 is in the ones place value. The last digit there is 0. So we cannot take 0 times 2 minus 5. It will not. But now, instead of looking at 0, we look at the next number, which here is 5. So we take 5 times 2. 5 times 2 gives us 10. Then 10 minus 3, this gives us 7. And 7 is a multiple of 7. Therefore, the entire number is divisible by 7. But if you look at 0 times 2 is 0, minus 5 is negative 5. But negative 5 is not a multiple of what? Of 7. Therefore, for cases of 0, you go to the next number. You go to the next digits in the next place value. We come to 714. 714. Let us see. So we look at this. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 1 gives us 7. Therefore, 7 is a multiple of 7. The entire number is divisible by what? By 7. That is the divisibility test for 7. For 5 and 10, it is the easiest. A number is divisible by 5 if the digit in the ones place value. So for 5 and 10, we're going to look for 5 and 10. We start with 5. A number is divisible by 5 if the digit number in the ones place value is 5 or 0. We are done. E.g. 49. 9 is not 5, it is not 0, not divisible by 5. Then 520. This one is 0, divisible by 5. Let us proceed for 10. Let us proceed for 10. So 10, a number, the same a number is divisible by 10 if the digit number in ones place value is 0. E.g. 321. This one is not 0, not divisible by 10. 450. This is 0 divisible by 10. And we are done for this real test for 5 and 10. They are very simple. Let us now look at the last one. This real test for 11. This real test for 11. So for this real test of 11, we look at the alternates. When you look at the alternates, the sum of the alternate digits and their difference, and it gives us a multiple of 11, then the number is what? Is divisible by 11. So a number is divisible by 11 if the difference of the sum of the alternate digits gives a multiple of 11. So for example, e.g. 47963 or 5. I can even add that. So we have that number. So alternate to mean, for example, we have these 4 alternate with 9, 9 alternate with 3. Then for this other one, we have 7 alternate with 6, 6 alternate with 5. We are told the difference of the sum. Difference means subtraction, but you start with the sum. You know body mass. Addition, then subtraction. So it starts with 4 plus 9 plus 3. This gives you 13 plus 3 is 16. Then we have 7 plus 6 plus 5. This 7 plus 6, that is 13, plus 5, that is 18. Then we get the difference. You start with the bigger value, 18 minus 16. This gives you what? 2. Therefore, this number is not divisible by 11 because 2 is not a multiple of 11. 2 is not a multiple of 11. That is example 1. Example 2, if we have 6, 2, 5, 8, 1. If 6, 2, 5, 8, 1. So that, we have that. Only put this one to be here 0. Let me put this here to be here, not 0 really, not 0 really. Let me add. So this we can make this to be divisible by 11. So this will be, let me add here 2. So that we look at the test for 11 for that. So we have that number 62581 2. So we're looking again, 6 alternate with 5, 5 alternate with what? 1. Then 2 alternate with 8, 8 with 2. So you can start with 2 plus 8 plus 2. This gives us 12. Therefore, remember this, alternate of digits gives a multiple of 11, or let me add here also 0. So a number is divisible by 11 if the difference of the sum of the alternate digits gives a multiple of 11 or 0. Then we have here, this is 12, 6 plus 5 plus 1. This also gives us 12. So 12 minus 12 is 0. 11 times 0 is 0. Therefore, this number is divisible by 11. That is all about the divisibility test of numbers from 2 to 11. See you in the next lesson, learners, as we continue building